to talk about organizing your quilting projects. Welcome to String and Story. My name is Holly Ann Knight, and it's my job to guide you to quilt with confidence. Today, I'm going to talk you through my process for keeping my quilting and sewing projects organized, tidy, and therefore a whole lot easier to sew and put together. First up, you'll see that I have everything already on this lovely tray. I love to use trays at all times to organize my sewing and quilting projects. On this tray, you'll notice I've also gathered my fabric for my project, my pattern, some clips, a rotary cutter, pen, scissors, Post-it notes, and I've made a handy dandy color card. Now, I've chosen to make this color card just on a piece of paper today because I really just need it as a reference as I'm cutting and prepping my fabric. But if you have any concerns about if your fabrics are going to bleed or fade, you can always make this color card on a piece of white fabric, toss it in the wash and dry it the same way that you would your quilt, and then you'll be able to spot if you're going to have any troublesome fabrics before you even get started. I love to do this even on my own patterns and even on relatively simple projects because it's just one less piece of information I have to hold in my brain while I'm sewing. It makes for a really quick reference. All right. Now from here, you'll see that I have already started cutting some of my fabric. I'm working on the Lanterns of Hope pattern. This is one of my patterns, and we use an alphabetical convention for naming our fabrics on this. So we have color A, color B, color C, and so on. We then use numbers on the inside to indicate the identity of each piece. So there will be 1A, 2A, etc. All right, all the way through all of our colors. So I have already spent some time cutting up color A here, and I'm going to lay these pieces out in front of us and simply talk you through a real quick measuring system, okay? Now, this is where these clips and these sticky notes come in. Some pattern designers, I know Anagram over at Noodlehead for her bags, she actually gives you a little cutout piece of paper that you can use to cut the labels apart and clip onto your pieces. You could absolutely use, brand name items like Alphabetes or similar. I use simple sticky notes because every pattern is a little different and I just don't like to have to overthink it. So I really and truly just take my sticky note and tear it into a bunch of pieces, okay? You could do this with a piece of scrap paper. This would be a great opportunity to, recycle a bit of paper that's floating about and give it another chance at life. Let's see, we've got 6 here, so I just need 6 little bits, all right? Now, not every single color in this pattern has every single piece. So today we are going to have A1, A6, A7, A8, A9, and A10, all right? Obviously, there are pieces 1 through 10, and other colors will have the others present. So you notice at first I said 1A. I realized it's going to be a lot easier if we are doing this consistently. So let's do it that way. Let's stick with 1A. That's going to be following the same labeling conventions we're going to see later in the pattern. So piece 1A, I will simply write my label on here. I'm going to take a clip and clip this to my piece. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next up, we have 6A. And I'm going to stack these up all together. And then clip them together. 7A, there's 3 of them. Excuse me. $8A, let me look. I have a chart up at the top that tells me let's see my sizes so I can cross-reference if I can't pick it out immediately. That was not 6, that was 8. Make sure you label things correctly or future you will find it confusing, okay? This is also a great time to check your cutting, make sure that you have cut all the appropriate pieces, etc. as you label them on down. All right, I've gone all the way to 10A. Now I'm gonna repeat this process all the way through the rest of my pattern, okay? So then I will have all of my colors cut up into their little subcut sections and labeled. Now I also usually label them as I cut them so that I don't have to re-reference quite as much. And then once all of these lovely sections of yardage that I'm using for my quilt are cut up, I will simply lay them out across here all labeled. And so what that means is that as I go through my pattern and it says, hey, take piece 10A and attach it to piece 4B, right? I can grab 10A, 4B, put them together, and I don't have to go back and reference those cutting charts again. So these are my quick and easy tips for getting your quilting and sewing projects organized, making it a little bit easier that once you get your cutting done, you get to really enjoy that sewing process and never lose a stray piece ever again. Thanks so much for joining me. Be sure to like and follow and click below in the caption for more resources.